You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe.
Covering all conversation, from dating to getting revenge on your exes. This is Talking Points with Shabazz Davis on World Improv Network.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Talking Points with Shabazz Davis. My name is Jerome Carmichael, filling in for Shabazz today as he's busy getting his leaves dusted. Hope your yard looks good after today, Shabazz. Now, we're approaching that time of year, the holiday season. It's a winter wonderland, and come December 25th, billions of people the world over will be celebrating the holiday of Christmas. And no one's busier on that day than St. Nick. Or is there someone? In fact, there are 8 someones who are just as busy as St. Nick that night. And those are his reindeer. Now we have 2 of those reindeer here today. We have Donner.
Howdy.
And Blitzen.
Yeah.
Who are the 2 longest serving members.
You mind if I smoke in here?
You're actually not allowed to smoke indoors here in California.
Just a little bit won't hurt.
Mind if I open up my little thing of schnapps?
You're entitled to do that, but there is no smoking allowed in here.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna smoke a little bit, and then nobody will notice.
Yeah.
The audience seems to appreciate it.
All right. I guess the
Virginia Slims.
Oh.
Well, this has always been Donner's favorite.
It's got a slow burn.
Okay, you don't seem like a typical member of the Virginia Slims
you
demographic.
You don't know me, all right? You don't know me.
No. And Donner, that's why you're here today.
Yep.
Is because I want to get to know you and Blitzen, and America wants to get to know you too. Now, I think the common opinion amongst Americans is that it must be great to be a reindeer.
Well,
I don't know why.
I don't know why people will say such a thing, that it'd be great to be a reindeer, to be honest with you. It wasn't our choice.
Oh, Blitzen?
Santa trapped us. We was out up in the Arctic Circle walking around. All of a sudden my leg hit a trap. And Santa, there he is, was in a big red outfit with his fat belly. He came over and he tried to entice me with some schnapps. And that's why I've been an alcoholic ever since and an indentured servant to him.
Oh my! I think that's a story that the vast majority of us were unaware of. Donner, were you also trapped?
No, my parents, Periwinkle and Gertrude, were already under the employ of Santa Claus. So I was actually I never had a chance. You know, I was bred.
Yeah,
I was born into this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as the
it's all you know.
German philosopher Heidegger says, you're thrown into the world. And I was thrown into being one of Santa's reindeer.
Yeah. Now, you said you were employed, so Donner, you and Blitzen are paid regularly for your services. You have benefits. The
only kind of payment I get is schnapps and hamster pellets.
Oh. And is that a similar pay scale for you, Donner?
Yes, hamster pellets and Virginia Slims.
Okay. Ooh.
Well, he started me out on Marlboro Lights, and I didn't like them.
Yeah.
So I was able to renegotiate in my 10th year.
So, I have to say, as a third-party perspective, Santa is not coming across very well talking to you guys. He sounds like an employer who preys on the vices of his employees, who uses them against them to keep them in servitude. They are not allowed to be free. Is this inaccurate?
Well, we would actually say up there in the North Pole that it's a sweatshop, but it's just too cold to actually perspire.
Oh, Blitzen, I'm so sorry. That sounds horrible.
It does, and my left leg has never worked since it hit that trap. And I gotta be the one that runs the fastest to get the sleigh off the ground. And then on top of that, when I've been drinking, I'm just not that coordinated. And sometimes I stumble and break an antler.
Oh. Come here. Oh, it's okay. That's okay.
Can you lick my ear? It itches.
I'm going to draw the line there, but here's another hug.
And what makes me feel even worse is that when I stumbled drunk and split one of my little hornets coming off the top of my antlers, that poor daughter's got to work that much harder to get the sleigh off the ground.
We all got to work harder, it's not just the two of us.
And Santa's gotten fatter too, so he's harder to drive.
Why don't you, gentle dear, go on strike or rebel or put your hoof down?
Who's gonna hire us?
That's a good point.
An alcoholic. I don't have any other life experience. I don't.
You wouldn't feel comfortable in the wild.
Well, I can't drive a car.
Dollar doesn't even have a GED, so who's going to hire him?
Oh, that's.
I've gotten used to a certain lifestyle. Granted, we work very hard year round. It's like training for a marathon, except it's worldwide marathon. We're going across the world, and we're going real fast.
We covered 27,000 miles on Christmas Eve by itself.
Wow.
Can you imagine a drunk, gippy reindeer like Blitzen here pulling that off? He does. We're all super proud of him. All right, he's one of the hardest working guys we have in the line. And then there's other like Vixen.
Yeah, Vixen works hard too.
Vixen's getting old.
And Vixen gets no respect. No one ever talks about Vixen except for in that stupid song.
And
they think he's a chick because Vixen.
Yeah.
But he's a he.
Yeah.
In Thailand, they might call that a katoi. A third sex. There's a he, a she, and then a katoi means if you don't know.
Oh. Well, I think we're all learning something today. So, what do you two want from Santa? What would make things okay? What would make you happy?
Just a good old-fashioned thank you and maybe a 2-month supply of antabuse so I don't drink anymore. Give me the poops if I try.
Donner?
What would I like from Santa? I'd like for him to, just take care of us. We're just, we're just like anybody else. We need love and affection, and I'd like to take a vacation. I'd like to go to Paris, on my own terms, not just for work reasons. But, ultimately, I would just like for us to, have a more comfortable life and, respect. Because we work hard, too. And we're not trying to belittle what he does. It's just, he casts a shadow. He's the star of the show. All right. And, oh man, I can't do this.
No, it's okay. You're both
I'm
very
gonna have
brave.
another cigarette. I don't care what the law says.
Can you give me a shot of Jägermeister, please, Mr. Carmichael?
I just want to.
Can't you talk to him, maybe?
Well, I want to thank you both.
Oh my God! You're just gonna end it right there.
I think, sir, will you? I think that your appearance here has raised awareness among people who thought Saint Nick was a good guy. And
It's not very saintly.
What we have set up is we have a hashtag on Twitter called hashtag the deer are deer. That's DEER AREDEAR.
Yeah, that sounds really dependable.
And we are going to track how many people tweet at Saint Nick and tell him that you deserve better. And for every...
He doesn't look at that, that's his PR, that's his agent.
He's got a whole agency in New York that runs that machine.
For every deer are deer hashtag that we see, we here at Talking Points are going to donate $10 to a fund that will...
Oh my God, $10?
For each hashtag.
Wow.
And we are going to use that money to send all of you, Dasher, Donner, Blitzen, Vixen, Dancer, Prancer, and whoever else there is.
Don't forget Lucky.
And Lucky.
What about Rudolph?
Yes, and Rudolph.
Rudolph needs to get out, too, because he's been basically like a child starved and forced into the limelight because of his nose.
I think we've all seen the headlines.
And can I give a shout-out to the elves in the workshop?
Yeah.
Especially Pointy.
Pointy's the best. He runs the show down there.
Yeah, he's a real champ. Really understands the situation that we have, and, really just... Everybody loves that guy because he just has respect for all the hard work everybody does, and he also understands, his position in the bigger scheme at the North Pole.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Carmichael, one more request, please, with the Deer for Deer hashtag. Can you make sure they actually turn the heat on up there so it can actually be a sweatshop? Because it's just too brittly cold for us.
I don't know if we have that much power, but... we're going to try. The voices of a billion strong. Now, I want to thank you both for joining me today on Talking Points. And thank you, America. Good night.
Give the Windcast your suggestions via Facebook, Twitter, or the KZKO Wind blog during the commercial break of what issues the Wind counselors can help you with during Good, Bad, Ugly. Next on KZKO.
You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe.